This follows the TEDx talk, How Unicorns Wind Up in the Straitjacket. Hi, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Unicorns Out of a Straitjacket. This follows the TEDx talk, How Unicorns Wind Up in the Straitjacket, which is to say super talented people like yourselves who are perhaps stuck in a job that doesn't suit them, it's wrong for them, and therefore they feel restricted and constrained, as you would do in a straitjacket. Today I have with me one of the most exciting people I've had on the show. There's Anna Olsen, and she's going to tell you all about her career journey and her change. And she's got an incredible story and a great sense of humor. So I'm so excited to have you, Anna. Hi, Anna. Welcome to the series.
Thank you, Linda. I'm excited to be here too.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do?
My career, it has been really diverse. What I concentrate on at the moment is I help new and seasoned investors to achieve their financial freedom through real estate investing.
Wow. Well,
in a nutshell.
That's huge. And tell us, how did you come to this? What did you used to do before?
I came to this country as an immigrant almost 19 years ago, just such a long time. I can't believe myself. And I tried various things. This country's been exciting. It's open to new opportunities. However, I only have 15 minutes, so I'll concentrate on the latest one. My corporate career in Citibank, I worked in wealth management with offshore clients. Absolutely loved it. Very difficult and challenging and interesting career. But after 7 years, I hit a glass ceiling, and that's when I decided I need a change.
Right. And I mean, you say this country, you're currently in London, right?
Yes, I am in London. Exciting city, lots of opportunities and interesting people.
It is. I mean, the great thing about this is that we've met people from all over the world.
Exactly. You come to London and you experience so many different cultures and you see people from various backgrounds. And it's an amazing experience. You learn from it as well. You learn and grow.
Wow. And how was the change for you in working in a different culture, for example?
If I would say it wasn't challenging, I would be lying. Adopting to new cultures, to new ways, but it's exciting as well. As long as you stay open, and you just keep swimming, You learn from it. You learn, you grow, you experience. You're being flexible. It's amazing. I think the person I am now is because of that, because of all the changes and because of all the challenges, all the hills and valleys. But that's what's exciting. That's what excites me the most, and going from changing careers so drastically as I did. I've been in fashion industries, I've been in matchmaking, I've had previously different businesses, and then the latest corporate career in financial world in a company is so huge I've never worked in before. Being able to progress career, being able to learn on the job and doing external exams, internal, extremely difficult, being especially single mom of 2 kids, but it's very gratifying. It's something I've enjoyed over this amazing journey, and that's where I am as a result.
I told you she'd be amazing, and I really commend you for sharing that journey, because sometimes we oversimplify it and we think, oh, it's easier, or, oh, that's all right, she doesn't have anything else to do, so she can afford to change careers. And no, actually, you're doing life in parallel with the
It's scary. You look at some of the people and you think it's easy for you. You achieve that success. And I actually get that a lot. People say, well, you were lucky. Oh, that's nothing to do with luck. You just take chance, you go for it. And what I see in this industry or any other, a lot of people are scared of change. Or they overanalyze it as paralysis of analysis. You only waiting for the right moment, but the right moment is never going to come. So you aim at whatever you want to achieve, you do your best to calculate the risk, but you can't calculate all of the risk. So you aim, you shoot, you miss, you adjust the goal, or you adjust your aim and you shoot again and you just keep going. But the freedom, I think the luxury that I have now that I'm working for myself is being able to make those mistakes and being able to work on them, to correct them, to take a new course. Where in corporate career, you're a bit, there's constraints in what you can achieve and what you can do. A lot of bureaucracy, and I'm sure you're aware of that too.
No, I
So
don't
the
know what
freedom
you're
to make
talking
your own choice. Let's be politically correct.
about. And tell us a little bit about why this change was so important for you, this career change, the emotional, psychological journey you went through.
Mm. Um, well, I did have itchy feet, having previously a company of my own. I always knew that I'll be working for myself one day again. And as much as the career at Citibank been gratifying and challenging and exciting, I did feel that I've hit the glass ceiling at a certain point. And for me, having the kids growing up, not being able to spend as much time with them, especially having boys, I realized that time is most precious.
Yeah,
Time is something that you can buy. You just simply can't. So I felt that I do want to work for myself again. I do want to create a legacy, but also I want to have flexibility to spend time with my kids when I want to. I
yeah,
want to participate in their school events. I want to be there and choose to do activities or spend days, or just I wanted it to work around my family because that's what's important. But also, I wanted to lead by example.
right, right.
Similar to unicorn and straight jackets, I wanted to show them that there's no one way, like we're being told, go to school,
Yeah,
get degree, and that will guarantee you a successful career and retirement. No, it doesn't work that way anymore. The
yeah,
world has changed. You have to be flexible and adaptable. And
yeah,
if you're different, if you're not academically gifted, and let's be honest, it's one system for all. It doesn't work for all the children, unfortunately. Classrooms full
yeah,
of 30 kids. I wanted to show my kids, look, there's other ways. You
yeah.
can make it happen. You can try something different and do what you enjoy from the start. So that was very dear, near and dear to my heart, and that's why I needed a change.
Wow. Wow, I can totally relate to them. And I can see the passion as you're speaking as well of how much it means to you. And it's
Yes.
super important to have a goal and a why or something that moves you towards the goals that you set for yourself. So
Exactly, without the why. And I think you go to any personal development um, trainings in any industry, why is what people talk about the most. Because if you are not clear on your why, because there are going to be bumps along the road, there are going to be difficult times. If you're not clear or passionate about your why, you're going to drop it.
for
You're
sure.
going to stop, you're going to go back to your safety, you're going to look for a job, you're going to just I had some really difficult times in my life where I had people asking me, how do you manage? How do you do it? And when you decide that this is what you need to do, this is what you need to achieve, you don't worry about all these things along the road. You know that nobody's going to come and save you.
Yeah,
You have no
yeah,
other option, no other choice, but just to keep moving.
you have
So you
to.
just go along with it. So why has to be very strong.
Yeah, wow. And going to the TEDx talk, we spoke about 3 stages of finding the right career for you.
Mhm.
And the first stage was looking for clues, maybe in your childhood, in your natural traits, what I call your natural path to wealth or your zone of genius, or what you're normally complimented on. Can you share with us some of the clues they were for you?
I think one of the biggest clues is, now mind you, I have degree in teaching. And throughout various careers, I've been mentoring or coaching in one way or another, whether
Right.
I've been a manager and training and coaching people,
Mm.
or in my own companies, training people and educating them and guiding them, and or doing what I'm doing now.
Right.
So I felt like there has to be some kind of coaching, there has to be some kind of mentoring element to it, whatever career I'm going to be in. And ultimately, I've been on real estate journey myself, learning ins and outs, and being a very good trainee. Because I believe to get from point A to Z, you do need a mentor. You need somebody who's been there, who's done it before, who is successful. Um, all the mistakes, it will take you years, but with the help of coach and mentor, you just get there so much faster.
Yes.
Now, what I'm doing is I'm applying everything I've learned and I'm helping others. So that was like the biggest clue for me I'm just very passionate about helping people and about teaching them. So that's combined kind of got me where I am now.
Amazing. Amazing. So
Thank
you
you.
got a natural instinct to give and
Natural instinct to be mama, and nurture people and help them and enjoy watching people making the progress and achieving similar to what I've done, especially if they have similar priorities. You have kids, you want that lifestyle freedom, you
yeah.
need financial freedom for that. So seeing people achieve that, it just really brings me joy.
Wonderful. And what are some of the dots? The step two was connecting dots. So in terms of, I think we've spoken about that in terms of
Mhm.
hobbies, lifestyle, openness. What were some of the dots for you that you thought I could use this in my life?
Um, I suppose being through that journey myself, various careers, and having a need to have flexibility in a lifestyle choice. Real estate is a very male dominated environment. And
Mm,
initially I got really competitive and I was like, yeah, let's get to this number. Let's take one more property and one more. And I've accelerated really, really fast. Literally within 4 months since I've started in a new industry, I've been able to replace my salary and leave my corporate career, which was very exciting, but I burned myself out,
yeah.
and along the way I realized, what, numbers is not exactly what I'm after. For me, it's a lifestyle freedom.
Mm,
And sometimes if you do the numbers properly, you realize that you don't need that much for the output.
yes.
So you figure out the best um, time-wise, how much you put time-wise and how much remuneration-wise you're getting. So you get a bit wiser and you learn to spend your time wisely. So connecting the dots in terms of the knowledge, the industry, because I did trading before. So I tried all the new craze like Forex. I haven't got to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, a bit too high risk for me. But yeah, I've tried various things, and eventually I came to the point where I realized, look, I've been on this real estate journey. I've done a number of mistakes, of course, like any newbie would. I've learned my lessons. I've condensed it to certain steps which work.
Mhm.
And I realized that I don't need to work as much as I did to
Right.
get to the point where I need to be. Time is more precious. So
Right.
that's how I got to this consultancy business ultimately.
I really love that. And that's the third step, applying it into your career. And like I can see with also your experience, and then this is speaking in a career consultant's eyes, you said you worked in fashion, you've done a bit of trading, you worked with the bank, and you can see the analytical side of you, plus the passion for people and the teaching and the fashion and styling, the creativity of that.
You can say.
Bringing
And
that all
matching.
exactly, we were matching, we didn't even plan this. And
Yeah.
that all together in the current work you're doing, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. I can see
Yeah,
that.
you have to be passionate and love what you do. Otherwise, it's just not going to work and you're going to end up in straitjacket again. And it's point zero. And you have to
Exactly.
start all over again. But it's try and error, isn't it?
For sure. It's the fact is just to keep going, really.
Yes.
Um, on that note, what's the advice you would give to someone on a similar journey, or looking at you and going, wow, where do I even start if I want to become like Anna or have a similar
Mhm.
experience?
I think one of the biggest issues that I see in new or seasoned investors is, and I've mentioned it, paralysis of analysis, where people waiting for the right moment
Yes.
or they just waiting for the right opportunity. But there's a saying that the best time to invest in property is yesterday. The next best time is today.
Right.
So it definitely helps to educate yourself. Never underestimate the power of personal and professional development. But that could take years, and there's a lot of free but very confusing information online. So you
Mm,
need the help of professionals especially when we're talking about real estate, that's a substantial amount to invest, isn't it? It would definitely help you eliminate the mistakes to make it much faster. And what I do usually with my clients is I help them to create a roadmap. So we do something similar to what you do in the banking. We do profiling first to assess risk profiling, to assess your capital, the time frame, to have a look at your personal circumstances, why you enter in the real estate. Is it right for you? Do you have kids? How to enter properly in terms of correctly from tax, from legal perspective, for legacy. And then we always look at exit strategy.
Right.
Because you
Right.
always need to look with end in mind, because
Yeah.
without understanding why you're doing it in the first place, you might not enter correctly and end up with higher tax bill, or there's a lot of implications to it. So
Mhm.
to make it short, you have to know your why. Once
Yeah.
again, going back to why, you need to understand in career or in real estate investing, it's very important to understand why, what number you're trying to achieve. Are you
Right.
doing it because you're trying to retire? Are you doing it because you're trying to replace your income? The strategies will vary greatly. Personal education or professional development and a help of professionals is utmost important. And the third one is smart goals. So you need to set smart goals in terms of where you're going. So
Mm.
specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time bound. It applies to your financial freedom, because without knowing the number or the time frame when you want to get there, you won't know when you arrived. So you have to know your numbers. So these are the three steps and three tips that I would share on this talk. At least for today, I could go on and on.
I really could talk to you forever. I really enjoy the depth of wisdom and knowledge and passion that you show in your
Thank you.
career, and it's beautiful to see. Definitely, I urge you to just check out what Anna's doing. Her details are coming up shortly. Get in touch with her, contact her, follow her on social media, and definitely if you're into real estate or considering real estate, I don't know anyone better.
Oh,
Thank
thank you, Linda. I really appreciate it.
you. Thank you so much, Anna, for joining us on this episode. It's been eye-opening and also so much fun. You shared so much nuggets. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this with us.
Likewise, Linda. I really appreciate you inviting me, and I had fun too. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Don't be a unicorn in a straitjacket.
What she said and what she did.